What's up, guys? I'm back here filming on my GoPro Hero 8 since I got it for Christmas from Santa Claus. So here's a look at the flywheel after resurfacing. The work here was done by Eric's Machine Shop in Carmel, New York. As I said, I live in the Hudson Valley, so it was about a half-hour drive for me. There's the old pressure plate, and here is the new pressure plate from ACT. The part number for this is H021. Right here's my OEM disc from Honda and the OEM release bearing. So I'm going to go ahead now and put the flywheel back in the car, torque the bolts down to 94 foot-pounds like it said in the DIY Guys video. Then align the clutch disc and the pressure plate with the alignment tool. Make sure you put the release bearing inside the pressure plate before you do that. And use the super high temp urea grease to get everything nice and lubed up, just like the DIY video showed you how to do. Alright, so I'll show you underneath the car here where I'm at. The pretty new flywheel's in. There she is. Just torqued all the bolts to 94 foot-pounds, cross pattern. As you can see, I do have the starter out right now because I'm going to do a rebuild on the starter to prevent the sticking issue. That's pretty common. But one thing I would recommend, another tip to improve the DIY that I saw, as you can see under here, is my 6mm Allen wrench. And I put a sock over it just so metal on metal wasn't digging into the teeth of the flywheel when I was torquing the bolts. And another thing I did was I wrapped the body of the Allen wrench in electrical tape till the diameter matched just snugly inside one of these threaded holes. There's two threaded holes in the bottom here, one here, and the one the Allen wrench is in. Because if you just use a 6mm Allen wrench without putting a little electrical tape to increase the diameter, it is pretty sloppy in there and won't stay engaged on the flywheel when you go to tighten it very well. So those are my two tips to improve the process. So one other thing I'm doing with the transmission when I'm putting it back in the car is replacing some of the harness brackets on it. This is the only one I could get new from Honda. Apparently the other ones are discontinued, so I sanded them down and painted them black. As you can see, there's the harness for the O2 sensor, I believe, and this one has like the secondary O2 sensor on it. Sanded those down, painted them black, and I bought this one new. It was like 10 bucks, but there's not many left of these in the country, so I just want to have this transmission and the hole underneath the car be as close to factory as I can. Alright, so when you got your engine lifted up on the wood block a little bit, and it's on the transmission jack as well, balanced, this is how loose it is. Very little effort, you can shake this thing back and forth. So you can see the subframes rocking down there. But yeah, so just be careful when raising it up. Check every corner, make sure the bolts from the subframe are going, they're not binding and they're going straight up. and just take your time with it. Alright guys, so thanks for watching that quick time lapse of me putting the transmission back in. If you haven't already, check out part 1 to this video in the video description below. This is the tips and tricks I give to remove the transmission. I pretty much followed DIYGUYS tutorial, and I add in some extra info that I thought was very helpful and critical to not miss when you're taking the transmission on your S2000. But I'll just give you one last look at the completed product under here. It's very helpful just to look up in this area and kind of study where everything goes, and so you know what all these hoses are. Now that's kind of just a look at the mess underneath here. Got the OEM slave hook backed up with the deft motion clutch line. The last thing I have to do is, once the car is back up and running, I'm gonna get the transmission warm, drop the fluid, and put a magnetic drain plug in here, and pretty much ready to rip here. So control arms, I've uploaded a video of those. Just got done painting those with POR 15 all the way around the car. New caliper, and then there's my hard race offset ball joint and the Olin shocks, of course. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more, and give the video a thumbs up, please. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.